Before we get Hoppe Hour going, I want to remind you about my sponsor, Simply Prepaid of T-Mobile and Gulfport, as they will give you a free Android when you switch from Sprint, Verizon, or AT&T. They also have on-site repairs, the fastest service at cheap prices. If you go there and tell them that Ryan Hoppe sent you, they will give you a badass deal. They are at 5014 Gulfport Boulevard South. That is 5014 Gulfport Boulevard South in Gulfport. Call them at 727-331-1934. That is 727-331-1934. All right.
This should be played at high volume. This should be played at high volume. This should be played at high volume. Preferably in a residential area.
The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour do not represent Cox Media Group or its sponsoring. Anything you hear may and will be used against you. Thank you. Voted as best local podcast in Tampa Bay by the Creative Loafing. You're listening to Hoppe Hour.
What up? What is happening? This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. And on the phone line is one of my good friends and one of the funniest comedians out now. On the phone line is comedian Joe Howard. What's up, dude?
Hey, man, what's up?
How have you been, man? The last time I had you on was in October, and you basically forced yourself onto the show. And I thought it was because you wanted free publicity, but it was because you're trying to help me get laid, and your advice helped me, Joe, as I now have a very lovely girlfriend that I have a fun time being around.
That girl I saw the picture of you with, that's your girlfriend now? You got yourself a little girlfriend?
Yeah, I got myself a little girlfriend. Aren't you a little proud of me as we both talk in our Midwest accents?
Ryan. Yeah, that's great.
It teaches you a lot about life. You know what I mean? Having a girlfriend really broadens who you are.
Yeah. I'm in... Wait a minute. How tall is this girl? That's what I need to know first off.
You want to know how tall she is?
Yeah.
5'3".
5'3". Why can't you find a normal-sized girl?
Because normal-sized girls aren't into me because they would expect me to be coordinated, but she's normal size. Actually, if a girl were to be tall, that wouldn't be normal size. So my girlfriend is a normal size then, if you think about it.
5'3" is not normal size. That's tiny. That's petite, is what they'd say.
Well, you know what? You can't be picky, and I kind of hit the jackpot with this one. Did you ever think I would get a girlfriend? Did you ever think I would get girlfriend material from Tinder?
No, Hoppe, you can't be picky. I am picky.
Oh, because you're a man of good looks, Joe Howard. You're such a ladies' man. You can get pussy whenever you want.
No. I was hot 5 years ago. It's all gone to pot, dude. It's not. I used to be sexy. It's not anymore.
Would you say you were more sexier when you were married and you basically threw away your glory days?
Yeah. She got my best years. Whatever, I got her best years too. She slammed right into the wall the second she left.
Because we talked about this last time on the show. It seems like you just became a sexual deviant after you got that divorce. It was just like, all right, time for the second part of my life where I bang anything with a vagina.
That is true. But, you know, I'm like you, though, man. I got a nice little girlfriend that I like hanging out with, too, even though she's half Puerto Rican and threatens to stab me all the time.
Didn't your half Puerto Rican crazy girlfriend listen to the show and she got mad that we were talking about when you were banging that stripper?
Yeah. I didn't catch too much heat, though.
Because she forgave you and you just whipped it out and she's like, oh, how can I be mad at Joe when he has a schlong that size? Because that's the way to fix all problems in life, is you just whip out your dong and you're like, hey, I'm Joe Howard.
No, that doesn't work. She would just laugh at me.
I can imagine, man. I want to see like what you're like around your girlfriend, because I've actually never met you, but you seem like a very laid-back guy. But I kind of would think you're a bit of a hard ass around your girl. She's like, Mamacita, I'm making burritos for dinner, and you're like, whatever, make whatever.
No, you're wrong, man. I had control of this, and I was the man of the relationship. I had it, and then something happened. I lost it.
How'd you lose it? When was the moment you lost it?
I don't know. D, how did I lose it? I lied to you, and then you started to just be a man and be mean.
Well, what did you lie to her about? Why are you lying to your girl? You can't do that. That's relationship 101. Even I know that.
I just lied about some stuff that was going down when we first started dating.
Like you had herpes and she didn't know?
No. I was seeing other girls and stuff.
Oh, look at you,
but, I
swinger.
just admitted it.
Dude.
Because I lied about it, she said. Yeah.
Cleveland's a weird place. Like, that doesn't happen down here in Florida. Yeah, people cheat. Yeah, people swing. But I feel like up in Cleveland, you guys are so miserable that you just bang whatever that walks.
No, I lied. It was wrong.
But then again, who am I to talk? Because when I was in Cleveland, I got no pussy whatsoever.
Yeah, you couldn't even get a girl when you lived here. So I had, I was lying to one, though. But that's not right. You shouldn't lie to people. Not cool.
Dude, I got my heart broken in Cleveland. I kept going after this girl that was a fan of the morning show I worked for. And she was only with me because she wanted to be a part of that morning show's calendar, and I wasn't aware. And oh boy, did I chase her for 4 months, and it was pretty embarrassing.
All those dudes get a calendar girl, every single one of them that works on that show.
But me, I was the only one that couldn't hook up with a calendar girl. Oh, the shame.
You couldn't do it?
I tried, man. I did get laid on the speed date that they offered me, and then I lost my virginity to that MILF who was a fan in Chicago, but...
That's not a MILF, dude. That was like an old lady. That was like a granny.
You've heard how that happened, right? How we were just banging.
Yeah, we talked about it the last time you interviewed me. Yeah.
Dude, did you ever think when you approached me via DM that the way I lost my virginity would have been to a 49-year-old mother of 3 in Elgin, Illinois?
No. Because I'm 43 and I'm not even doing that.
Dude, it was
That's
like
ridiculous.
A hot dog down the hallway, man. It wasn't the best experience.
Had to. Oh yeah, it was beat up down there, I'm sure. I'm sorry this interview's so weird. You know what I'm doing right now, right?
Jerking off?
No. I'm in Arizona for Indian spring training.
Oh, how fun, because there's nothing that's as positive as this upcoming Indian season.
Why don't you shut up, you idiot? I'm a huge fan of the Indians. I know they suck. I know it's horrible. But I come out here all the time. And my girlfriend, her cousin, is breaking in with the Cubs. So I just went to a Cubs game and watched him.
Who is he?
He's probably going to be on the team. His name is Dwayne Underwood. He's a pitcher. And he spent some time in the minors, but he came up with the team last year, and then they invited him to spring training. And I think he's trying to make the team. So checked him out. I'm going to check the Indians out tomorrow. And we're staying in this really cool house. And I don't know, man.
Is
Arizona's
it weird
fun.
when you
been out
leave
west?
the cold weather? Isn't it weird when you go to, like, let's say in Arizona or Florida, anywhere that's warm and not cloudy and miserable like Cleveland, how much happy you are when you see sunshine and it's not negative 20 out?
I got flip-flops on right now. Well, you're in Florida.
Yeah, I'm wearing shorts and a T-shirt right now. I love it. Dude, people here are ridiculous, Joe. I'll work these events, and it's outside, and it goes from like 2 p.m. till like 8 p.m. So it begins, it's pretty hot out, 70 degrees, nice out. And then at night, dude, it gets freezing here. It goes down to 52, and they're wearing scarves like it's the end of the world. And I explained that I lived in Cleveland for a half a year. I know what hell's like.
Yeah, I think the other day I got up early and it was like 15 degrees or something. But we had an easy winter this year. I can't even rub it in about being in Arizona because we haven't had a bad winter.
It's weird.
But,
the one time I don't live in the Midwest, there's not a bad winter. It's very odd because I've despised it every second. Oh, my God.
I tell you what, though, I'm getting raped out here. Like, this is the first day. I flew today. First of all, stupid United isn't a hub in Cleveland anymore, so you have to take 2 planes if you want to go anywhere. So I spent all day traveling. Then I get here. I take an Uber from the airport to where I'm staying. It was a 30-minute drive, $85.
What's the Uber driver like?
He was, I don't know, it was like a black car. You could tell he's probably some cabbie moonlighting. $85 for a 30-minute ride. And then when we had a layover on one of the flights, I spent $80 just having like beers and like, what do we have, a taco? And like, he had two Bloody Marys that were like $30.
Are you kidding me?
Stupid. Just getting raped, dude. Just getting raped. Yeah.
Are you at a midlife
just
crisis where you're trying to just like live it up and you're pretending that you're 26 years old? Because this is very odd behavior.
No, it's not. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really do that stuff. But I mean, I've been a comic and I've always had fun and I've always traveled and stuff. I'm a huge traveler. I've been all over the place. I've been to Prague, London, Paris. I've been everywhere. I like to travel.
But isn't there something about Cleveland that just makes everyone drink their ass off?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, we all do. I mean, it's horrific. But, yeah.
Like, I was actually breaking it down to my girlfriend. I was explaining how much I drank in Cleveland, and she looked at me like I was some alcoholic. And I'm like, that's just life in Cleveland. I don't know what to tell you.
No, I mean, I definitely am, and it's because of that place. But whatever. I don't care.
I mean, I had fun at Around the Corner or Harry Buffalo in Lakewood. I liked going to West 6 in downtown Cleveland. It was very odd. Like, all I would ever do is drink. And once I came to Florida, you realize life isn't just about drinking. Like, you would think it's normal if you woke up blacked out or you had a hangover. You're like, that was a good night. Like, if you went home half sober, you're like, the night sucks. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then your bars close at 2. I'm not sure what the reasoning is for that. And there's a big difference between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. There's a big difference.
Because they know what we would do if they were open later. It would be horrific. It's bad enough when they close at 2. What are you laughing at? Oh, that guy? Yeah. I had on a Hawaiian shirt, and I have a huge beard, and I look really rough right now, Ryan. It's, things are very strange with me right now, but I'm having fun. I have fun, dude. That's what you got to do. That's right. You got a little girlfriend. You got to go out and have fun. And don't be afraid to travel. Go do stuff.
What's going on with you, man? Why are you so down? What's going on? I feel like you having such scraggly hair says something about where your life is at.
No. My life is good. No, everything's good. I'm just, I'm working a lot. Yeah. I just did a week with Jim at the Improv. It was great.
Jim Florentine, good job.
Yeah, just crushed it. And I'm doing some gigs with him. I don't know if any of your listeners probably won't. I'm doing Buffalo on April 11th and Syracuse on the 12th. So
we do get some listeners from good old Rochester, so maybe they'll drive on up.
Drive to Buffalo to see me and Jim? I don't know. Maybe. But, yeah. So I've been working and stuff, doing stuff.
Have you ever been to New York City?
I've been in New York probably 10 times, yes.
Dude, it's overwhelming because I went there last week for a tour of Sirius XM. Then I sat in on Opie Radio. Dude, it's a frightening city.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it scary?
Like, I was actually sort of scared for my life because, like, well, this happened, by the way. I get, Joe, that at every airport, they're going to be different. The one at Tampa Bay is a lot more laid back because it's more of a small market. The Cleveland one's laid back. O'Hara's very chaotic because a lot of planes go there and then you go on another plane. But shame on JFK for not helping me find my driver's license. You know when you're in that long line for TSA and you got to take your belt off, and you got to take your coins out of your pocket, then if you have a laptop and then you have an iPad, you have to put it in 2 different bins, then you have to put your backpack in a bin, then you have to put your carry-on luggage on a bin, so you have 5 fucking bins going into the scanner, right?
Yeah, so what they do, they misplaced your license?
I misplaced it because I had it next to my boarding pass, and I had so much to pick up that I dropped it. And then when I said, can I go back out to look real quick, they're like, well, then you can't re-enter. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? I'm like, can you look for me? And then I'm waiting there. And I'm like, if I were some hot girl or some elderly lady, you would be helping me. Like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Of course.
Scumbags. Ridiculous.
I don't want to bring up race, but were these white people?
No.
Well, You know, they get back at us when they can sometimes.
Do you think that's what it was?
Nah, I bet if you were black, they would have looked for you. I'm just saying.
I was waiting there.
I might be wrong. There's nice people, you know, I don't know. I might be wrong, but...
And why wouldn't you want to help out a cat that's lost in traffic? Have you seen what I look like in general? I'm always worried looking. Why wouldn't you want to help me? I'm a lost cause.
I would feel bad for you. You're 6'10". They were probably afraid. I don't know. I know.
I feel like people when they first see me,
hard.
I feel like people when they first see me, they are afraid. But then, like, when they see me for another minute, they're like, yeah, I could kick his ass.
They're like, oh, this guy's a dork. He's going to be fine. Yeah, I would never be afraid of you. I know you're big, but I would not be scared of you at all.
What do you think of that picture of me and
and
Opie? Opie's just looking up at me like, what the fuck's wrong with this kid? And I'm just looking all odd and happy.
It's fun to take pictures with somebody who's huge. Like, I took a picture with George Mirazon. I don't know if you know who that is, but he played basketball, and he was in some Billy Crystal movie, My Giant or something.
Is he friends with Chad Zumock?
7'3". What's that?
Is he friends with Chad Zumock?
I don't know. It was just me and Jim that met him at a radio station in Richmond, Virginia.
Okay, go on. So what happened?
Nothing. We just wanted to take a picture with him because it looked so funny. He's huge. Like he was like, it was like you stacked two of me up. That's how tall he was. He's huge. It's just a funny picture when I show it to people.
Explain to me what type of a person I am for what I'm about to say. I'm really sick of hearing people ask me in the shopping lines, asking me anywhere in life, how tall are you? What's the weather like up there? Did you play basketball? What's it like being tall? How tall are you? What's it like being tall? How tall are you? How tall are you? How tall are you? Am I a grump? Am I a grouch for getting sick of hearing that? Or should I embrace it? It's just there's some days, man, you can just feel it. And you're not in the mood to talk. And you're in the shopping lane in Winn-Dixie. And you have that lady, how tall are you? And you're like, oh, my God.
Yeah. Well, I had a cousin that was 6'5", and they used to do it to him all the time, and he was irritated by it. So I think every guy gets that.
It's just
big.
It's always like when I'm not in the mood to talk is when it happens. And it's like, I don't know you. There's not that much to me being tall. Wow, I was born. I'm not coordinated. I'm 6'8". Wow, I'm tall. Like, there's not that much to me. And then my new line is, when they say, did you play basketball? I said, God didn't bless me with coordination. And it gets a few chuckles.
Just say, yeah, poorly. That's all you got to say.
I was proud of my line. God didn't bless me with coordination. It gets a few chuckles, maybe a sympathy.
I could tickle people and make them laugh harder, but maybe. I literally walked from the Milwaukee Brewers spring training facility, and I'm in this place called Wingstop. And it looks like a broke-ass Quaker Steak and Lube. But it's actually really good. I've been eating the whole time. That's why this interview has been terrible.
No, it's because you're on the phone line. You could be eating, you could be jogging a marathon or sitting on your couch. But when I have you on my show, it's awful anytime.
No, you need to call me when I'm at my house, just like having whiskey and just getting angry at you for not getting laid. But now you got a girlfriend, so I don't have anything to scream about. Doing good.
How do you approach when you've had relationships, like let's say your wife and now your various girlfriends and your various F buddies? Do you bring them up in your material or do you try to keep it a private life? I'm trying to figure that out. Like I talk about my girlfriend, like what we do, like when we watch Netflix and I'm forced to watch Full House. But like I'm trying to keep it a little bit private, but I just don't know what approach to go with.
No, you have to. The girl I'm with now, I don't have a bit about. I haven't wrote anything.
Well, having a bit's different than being on the radio because you can use that same bit over and over.
Because when you're on the radio, you just sort of talk about your life and, like, you know, you bring her up. Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. My girlfriend just gave me a dirty look when she heard me say that, but I'm waiting for her to stab me, and then I'll have a bit about it.
Well, maybe that'll happen tonight when she handcuffs you to the bed and you guys have rough Puerto Rican sex.
I don't know if that'll happen. Maybe.
Well, are you on a bit of a dry spell, Joe Howard?
No, we're staying with other people.
Oh, well, they can get involved. Maybe do a hotel camera for Cinemax.
No. We are staying at a nice place, but there's other people there. So,
well, that's the kinkiest porn you ever watch. Is the nicest places that are those like hotels in the middle of nowhere. That's always the best porno, Joe. You know that.
Yeah. I'm not into that. Like, I would never, like, the two guy thing. It's so gay.
Especially, I don't get like the whole DP thing. Like, why? Yeah. Like, ew.
Like you're rubbing your friend's mule. You know,
even the Eiffel Tower doesn't sound pleasing because then you have your friend. Oh wow, you're touching hands that are sweaty. There's just so much bodily fluid. I'm good. I don't need an Eiffel Tower.
I can't even deal with that. Like if I see that in a porno, I just immediately turn it off. Like if a girl's blowing two guys and she rubs them together like two sticks, like she's gonna start a fire. I'm just like, that's horrible. Like, that's really a horrible thing. I wouldn't like that. Even if it was like a really good friend of mine, I don't want us rubbing together like that.
Rubbing together like two sticks. I've never heard that one. Or how about in porn, Joe, when you're about to reach the top of the mountain and you're like, God damn it, I got to get up for work in 7 hours, but I got to finish the deed. And you're about to get there. You're beginning to load up. And then the porn director zooms in on the actual act of the intercourse.
There's always like that reverse like hornet's nest shot where it's just like going back and forth, and you're like looking at this guy's sack, and you're just like, this is terrible. Or then like if you're in a hotel and you're desperate and you order that porn, it's like softcore, so you don't see anything. It just looks like people moving furniture, like it's just grunting and moving. They show the guy's face. It looks like he's lifting a bureau or something. It doesn't even show the girl. It's just sad.
I've always wondered, like, what it's like once a porno ends. Like, after the target practice, just what the vibe is like. Like, okay, and scene. Good job, Lisa Ann. Great as always. Good job, James Dean. Like, I always wonder, like, who's the first person she sends a text to? Does she go to the bathroom? Like, what's the first thing they do
I really
after?
think that's it. Yeah, I think it just ends, and everybody says, good job, and then there's a towel thrown her way, and then that's it. It's over, and it's like, all right, take it easy. Thanks. Their job. It's like punching out, hit the time clock on the way out. I don't know.
I've always wondered. I actually kind of want to watch a porno get filmed just to see what the vibe's like with the director. I feel like they get really creepy. Like, I don't like when they talk.
Do. Yeah, I don't either. That's not cool. And then, you got to think.
Oh, yeah. I heard on the radio that all porn sets just smell awful. You got to imagine
That's what I was going to say. You got to think. It smells bad if there's a lot of people doing that in a room. Disgusting. Oh,
just the act. Brutal. If you think about the act of sex, dude, it's just really gross. Like, just what it looks like. It just looks weird.
Yeah.
We're animals. Like, that's the one thing that doesn't separate us from animals. We literally look like monkeys just getting into an argument.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, completely. And it's just a gross thing.
But it feels good. That's the weird part. Is like, do you ever like make a sex tape and watch yourself afterwards? Have you ever done that with any of the girls you've been with?
Yeah.
Do you ever watch it afterwards? Is it weird?
Yeah, it's strange. You're like, that's me, and then I'm always like, my gut is pretty horrible.
Yeah, dude, I've been feeling bad about my gut lately, too, man. I've been eating so awful because I got to learn how to cook. And I keep saying I want to go to the gym, but then I'm like, I think I want to watch Narcos or watch the show Power. I'm like... Yeah,
I never have time for that, but cooking at home does help. You got to eat, like, good stuff. Get some chicken breasts and shit. Salad and stuff. Like, I'm sitting here right now with fries and cheese and wings in front of me and beer. Terrific.
Well, you're going to see what my apartment looks like when you come on by in June.
Nope. That was canceled. I'm sorry.
That was canceled?
It wasn't canceled. Jim asked for me to come, and they already had a feature booked. So Rob and whoever the feature is are on the show with Jim. They couldn't get me in. It's no hard feelings. I mean, they book people sometimes. It's no big deal. You know, it's probably a local guy. It's probably a Tampa guy.
Well, frankly, I don't think you would have fit in my apartment anyway. I think you would have hated it. I think when we were talking off air, because you were going to come down here and do a show with Jim Florentine and then sleep at my place just to let the radio audience know. And you were saying, can I sleep at your place? And I said, yeah. And the more I thought about it, it would have worked out, but I think you would have hated it. You just would have been like, oh, my God, this is weird.
You're underestimating. I'd pour myself a blanket at night. I would just drink some beers and go to sleep. It wouldn't be a big deal. I can sleep on a couch. I can handle it. I'm not 6'10". I can sleep on a couch. It would have been fine.
Yeah, how tall are you?
I'm only like 5'9". Yeah. I'm not
that's
even
average.
Yeah, I know. It's painfully average. Like my dick and everything else about me. My comedy.
Is your comedy career where you want it to be at age 52, or have you not really been as successful?
52? You're an asshole. I'm 42. And, no, I don't give a shit. I do all right. I like it. I like middling. I don't even want a headline. I just like middling and having fun. And I travel and stuff. I just like it. I'm fine with it.
I've been trying to figure out what I want in my radio career because I'm so in awe that I was on OP Radio last week, and I'm so in awe that I met them. I'm in awe that I've had 100 interviews. But it's like, what am I going to be in this business? I've been really thinking about it. Like, I've been meditating. Being with my girlfriend really kind of chills you out, where you try to make a plan for yourself, and you say, this is actually possible. It's just, it fascinates me to think, where will I be in a year? Like, last year I was being exploited on a show in Cleveland and being treated like dirt, and now I've never been happier in Tampa Bay.
Women do make you sort of get your life together and sort of have a plan on what the fuck you're going to do, you know? You start to think about, well, I got to make this happen.
Well, the best part about my girlfriend is she is a hardworking girl as well, and I am too, so we don't let our relationship come first. Our jobs are first, and then we hang out. So I really appreciate that about her, too.
Yeah, man, just keep it light. Keep it light like that. That's good. You know, that's good. Keep it light. You guys got careers you're working on. You're young, too. You got to get that shit together. Like, I already got my shit together. Dude, and my girl does, too.
It feels so good to be around a girl that you actually care about. Because every time I've gotten laid was like a random hookup with a fan. And once you come, then you come to your senses, as Lil Wayne says. And now it's like, it's fun to be around a girl that I can binge watch Power with or do something. Like, it's fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm here with my girlfriend, and we're going to spring training games. You know,
how do you get your girl into sports? I really want to get my girl into the NBA. She sort of likes football, but I'm an NBA geek, especially when the playoffs come.
I didn't get her into it. She came with it. She was a big Browns fan, and I never watched football ever. And she drugged me into that shit, and I'm mad at her for it because now I watch those idiots, and they make me so goddamn angry.
What makes you so angry about it?
They're just terrible. Like, the Browns are just awful. They fuck up at every turn. They draft horribly. They had Johnny Manziel, and then there was no way they were going to win anyway. They might as well just played him. And then they just kept fucking with him, and they, like, ruined him. Now he's ruined. He'll probably go to some other team, though, and kill it. It's just the shit they do. And
I think he would fit in well in Dallas. I really think that's what he wants and that's what he needs. I think people are moronic to think that he was going to ever make it in Cleveland because this guy wants to be a celebrity, and you're not going to be a celebrity in Cleveland unless you exploit yourself, you know?
Well, I don't know. It was always... Allegedly, someone saw a video of Johnny drinking. It's like, well, so what? Alcohol is legal.
That's what I don't get. Is like the people that bitch about Johnny Manziel drinking, dude, are the same people that drank when they were his age. They just weren't in a medium to major city playing in an NFL team. It's like, shut up.
Are you telling me his wide receivers don't go out after the game and have a couple of drinks? Because honestly, what did he do that was so bad? I guess he got into a fight with his girlfriend, but that was just a girlfriend being crazy. That was just crazy pussy. That's all that was.
It's got to be hard being an NFL player, too, where you don't know what girl's into you for the money, man. Like,
none of them are.
You know, like, it's got to be hard to find a true relationship. That's why most cheat. It's just because pussy's pussy to them, you know?
Mm-hmm. They're never dating a girl that doesn't know who they are. So that means it's, you know, it's funky. You can't do that.
Yeah, man, I just don't think I would do well as an athlete. I think I would falter to the pressure.
Well, no shit. You already said you're uncoordinated as fuck. You wouldn't. You wouldn't do well. You wouldn't do well at all.
I could imagine it's like 4th and 10, and I just need to get a first down to ice the game, and I just fumble the ball, and it gets returned for a touchdown. I could just be bad luck Charlie.
Yeah. I was a good baseball player, and today we were out by the Chicago Cubs bullpen, and we were watching the guys pitch. And the way that ball was hitting the mid, I was like, holy shit. Like, there's no way I'd want to stand in on these guys. It was scary. And they were just warming up. And, like, they were popping that mid, probably 80 miles an hour. I was like, shit, man. I was never that good. I could never do anything like that. I mean, they're freaks of nature, athletes that are professionals, you know?
Are you ever jealous of them because of their income and their talent?
Course. Of course. All that money, everything, awesome. Plus, I would just be psyched because I like sports, you know? I'd be fired up to go play, you know?
For people like me that want to do something with our life, is it a possibility or are we just kind of dreaming?
There's always a possibility, dude. Always. You just got to make moves. You know, I need to, you know, things would be different if I moved to New York or LA. What's that? No, we don't. I mean, if I would have moved to New York or LA, I'm sure things would be different for me, but I just decided to hang around. Whatever.
Yeah. I think that's why you're so successful in Cleveland and so respected is you don't take yourself too seriously because there's some major public figures there that act like they're bigger than they should be, you know?
Yeah, and as soon as they cross the border, no one knows who the fuck they are.
What do you mean crossing the border? As soon as they go to the next major city in Ohio, no one knows who they are. As soon as they leave Akron, no one knows who they are.
Yeah, go to Cincinnati or Akron. They have no clue.
It's sad, man. If I do make it in radio, I'm never going to let the ego get to me where I act bigger than I am. Like, I'm getting more confident, which kind of leads to me seeming like I'm cocky. But trust me when I say I'm never going to be a bully where I act like that shock jock. You know what I mean? I learned a lot in my life.
A lot of radio guys get that big head and just really think they're awesome. Like, have you ever heard, like, radio guys, and they're just like, I run the board because it's like a control thing. I have to run the board. They act like running the board is super hard. It's not. You know what I mean? You know that.
Or
is it really that hard to run a board?
I hate when they complain about their contracts on air or about how much they're making. It's like the everyday average Joe would love to be in your position. Shut up.
But seriously, you can run a board, right?
Yes.
Is it rocket science? Is it the hardest thing in the world to do?
No, it says microphone 1, 2, 3, 4. It says computer. It says CD. It says phone. Then it says tape. Wow. Ooh. Rocket science.
I actually know a radio guy that wouldn't teach his co-host how to run a board because he was threatened by him. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't want that to happen. He acted like running a board was super hard and too complicated. He couldn't even begin to show him how. I do know that. Like, they act like they don't. Howard Stern is another one. He does it. Howard Stern does it all the time. I'm running the board because that's really difficult. It's like, no, it's not. Rover does it too. They all say it, actually. Could have been any of those guys.
Yeah, I don't really get the radio guys where they act like what they're doing is so great. It's like, shut
Keep
up.
out of it.
Before I let you go, because I want to plug your work because you're one of the humble guys out there. Where can people find your work online, and what are your next upcoming shows?
I got Ghetto Joe Howard on Instagram, Ghetto Joe Howard on Facebook, Ghetto Joe Howard on Twitter. My album Gentleman is on iTunes. Pick that up. It's $9.
Support comedy.
Got a bunch of old stuff on it. Yeah, support comedy. Order my thing. It's on the iTunes store. And the only thing I really have, I don't know any of people. I just got done at the Improv. I was supposed to get some stuff going out of Hilarities, but I haven't got it nailed down yet. So I'm going to be in Syracuse on April 11th with Jim Florentine, and then driving to Buffalo the next day with Jim, the 12th of April. So if you're around there, Rochester people, I don't know, come to Buffalo. See me and Jim. Have
Hell yeah,
fun.
dude. Well,
yeah, man.
Keep up the good work, man. And whenever you are in Tampa, hit me up, and I'll have you sleep over in my very luxurious efficiency room.
I'm telling you, man, you're underestimating me. I would have no problem doing that at all. I wouldn't care.
Well, dude, keep up the good work. And I have a pretty decent audience out there in Cleveland. I get about 10% of my listens, and I get the rest here in Florida. But I do get about 10% from that and all the other cities that the previous show are heard on. So my point is, if you ever need me to plug anything for your shows on Twitter, I'm your guy.
Yeah, there's always going to be, Jim throws me gigs all the time. There's always going to be stuff like that. So I'll hit you up. Thanks, man.
All right, sounds good, dude. Have a good rest of the
bro.
time with your girlfriend, and don't get hurt tonight.
I should be all right. As long as she doesn't stab me, I'll hide the knives.
All right, talk to you later, bro.
All right, bro. See ya.
All right, see ya. And that was Joe Howard, one of the most likable and humble, and I would say raunchy comedians out of Cleveland. And if you want to see his work, go to Ghetto Joe Howard on Twitter, and you can keep up to date with his periscopes and everything he is up to. This has been Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, saying peace out.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.